All right, we are live. NASCAR Heat 5 Gander Truck Series, Gander Outdoor Truck Series action on the channel. Should be a lot of fun. Homestead-Miami Speedway for the Ford EcoBoost 200. Jackson Thomas, welcome to the stream. Welcome everybody to the stream who is just joining in right now. This is our fourth race of the season for this career mode. 3 different winners in the first 3 races. We are coming off our first career win in the Truck Series with our own start-up team in our rookie season in just the 3rd race, and it was at Atlanta. Another mile and a half here today. We'll see what we can do. As my earpiece fell out of my ear. I don't know if you guys even heard that. Trevor Grimes, welcome to the stream. So yeah, about to get this race underway. No practice or qualifying. Just going to jump right into it. And hope for the best. Slasher God, welcome to the stream as well. Got a couple of drivers starting at the rear of the field. Looks like Ty Majeski is going to be dropping to the rear for today's race. Tanner Gray. Also starting at the rear, so is defending champion Sheldon Creed. Sam Irvin, welcome to the stream as well. Here we go. Green flag in the air. We are underway. Ross Chastain on the pole at the Homestead-Miami Speedway. We're Truck Series racing here tonight on the channel. 30 laps in Stage 1, 30 laps in Stage 2. And that will set up a longer final stage of the race. Man, Schneider got really, he's still tight. What is going on through turns 1 and 2? Schneider got up into the side of Jennifer Joe Cobb. He was really, really tight. And this race truck doesn't even want to turn. What is going on? Poor Tanner Gray got caught behind Schneider on lap 1 right there. 29 laps in. I mean, this truck's just going straight up the racetrack. Out of the gas for so long, down to about 130 miles an hour, barely keeping it off the wall. Austin Hill to the lead now. Yeah, Justin Allgaier won the Xfinity race. Oh my goodness. Hard in the wall. In turns 3 and 4 for Schneider. He cannot get this car to turn. I don't know what's going on. Start using a little bit more brakes. I don't know what's going on with the race truck. It is just not turning. It rolls into the corner all right. You get it to the bottom. That was a lot better. Nope. It's like you get to the bottom of the track and then you get back into the gas when you think you can. And it just pushes immediately once you get back into the gas. This is an ugly start. Ethan, welcome to the stream. No, it's tight. You can physically see it is tight. It's not loose. Like the front of the truck just wants to turn all the way up to the wall. A little better in 1 and 2 that time. The lead is changing hands multiple times. Chastain led the first couple laps after starting on the pole. Then Austin Hill took the lead, and now Matt Crafton's out of course. That was not a great lap. I don't know what my crew chief's talking about. Austin Blake, welcome to the stream. It's going pretty good. Well, I mean, I'm doing pretty good. The race truck, on the other hand, is not. I don't know why the race truck was so tight. It's getting a little better. A little bit. "18 seconds off the lead, that's the problem. That last lap was about a second quicker than the lap prior. 35-second lap times. I mean, he's more than a half a lap off the lead. Remember, Schneider just won the last race, which was on a mile and a half. Coming into today's race, the engine was at a 95, the aero was at a 94.
Excellent lap there, good job.
And the suspension was at a 95, so almost maxed out in our departments, but not quite. I might have went the wrong way with the settings. Somebody's gonna have to go back and look at that. I meant to loosen it up a ton, and now that you say that, Tim, I think I went the wrong way.
That was a better lap.
With the ticker, I think I went to the right thinking that was gonna loosen it, because I wanted a looser truck. Because we were a little tight at Atlanta and Vegas. And I think I went the exact wrong direction. I think I tightened it instead of loosened it before the race started, and I went drastic on it if you guys saw the main menu. Remember, no practice or qualifying, so we were just kind of guessing with the setup. And we went the wrong way. Like, badly. We're only on lap 9. And he's almost 3/4 of a lap down. This thing is driving like a dump truck, let alone a race truck. The lap times are getting quicker. The grip is starting to come in as the tires are slowly wearing out. Track does have a decent amount of tire wear, and we do have a tire limit. Yeah, I messed up big time. I'm not restarting either. That's my mistake. I don't think I've ever done that before. Like, it's one thing to go the wrong way on an adjustment by accident, but not the way I did. It wasn't like I went with one adjustment thinking it was gonna work, and it went the wrong way. Well, I guess it kind of did that, but it's because I actually did go the wrong way, like, unintentionally. Like, I meant to loosen it up and I accidentally tightened it. Not like I went the wrong way with the adjustments because I wanted a loose truck and I loosened it up too much. Like, I just went the complete opposite direction. It's like, oh, I wanted a loose race truck. Okay, let's just make it push all the way up into the wall the first couple laps of the race. That was bad. So we're suffering stage 1. I'm going to take a lot of wedge out of this thing at the end of stage 1, or a caution, whatever comes first. Snyder's just trying to stay on the lead lap to the end of this first stage at this point. Crafton continues to lead after getting to the lead a few laps in. Snyder is starting to slowly catch the back of the field. Mike Harmon's running 31st right now. 25.5 seconds off the lead. Yeah, really going to have to make sure he stays on the lead lap. We still got a little bit of a ways to go. His lap times are getting better and better as the laps wind on, so that's good. I mean, we're backing this truck down to 130 miles an hour in the corner just to keep it from getting into the wall. It was insanely... I was going to say, I've never had it that tight, ever. It's probably because I accidentally went the wrong way with the adjustment. Oh, man. 26 seconds off the lead. That's laughable, though. That's terrible. Hopefully we can get it fixed, because otherwise this is going to be a really bad race for us. It's only 200 miles for most of the truck races this season, 200 to 250, but we will have at least a few pit stops, 4 sets of tires. At least it is loosening up quite a bit on the long run, I'll give it that. Well, it's not loosening up, though. Like, it's still tight. It's just not... Like, right now, I'd say I'm extremely tight on a normal day, but because of how tight it was at the very beginning, it definitely feels a lot better. I mean, our lap times are a couple seconds quicker now to look at there. I cannot believe I did that. I'm just glad we didn't go a lap down. I'm glad it was a mile and a half and not a short track, or we would have been a lap down already.
Careful, still there.
Yeah, we hit that wall really hard in 1 and 2 as well. That could have DNF'd us. We hit it really hard. I was not expecting to pull into the corner that deep and just have it not stick whatsoever. It was like we blew a right front the way it went into the corner. Like, that's exactly how it felt.
Careful.
Like, I had no control over where the truck was going. It was just going straight up the track. Gander's no longer in last place. He's passed a couple of the other back markers, Clay Greenfield and Mike Harmon. And now we have a caution. That's going to help. Caution is out. And this team is going to take a lot of wedge out of this race truck. 3.5 rounds of wedge. Actually, we're going to go 4. We're going to go 4 rounds of wedge. We're going to repair damage. 4 fresh tires. No, we're not going to repair damage. We're going to save time. We got a couple other trucks pitting. We're going to top off on fuel. 4 fresh tires. We're going to see what we've got. That is a caution that Schneider needed, and now he's going to have fresh tires to the end of stage 1 if we stay green versus everybody else. Hopefully, they loosened it up enough, though. Justin Sozio, XY Games, welcome to the stream. Could you imagine if Schneider wins stage 1 by taking tires after that ugly start to the race? This caution definitely bailed him out. Not sure who brought out the caution. Nobody's out of the race. 10 laps to go in stage 1.
Careful, still there. Clear high, clear high.
Took 4 rounds of wedge out of the racetrack. That's insane. In turns 1 and 2.
Still there.
Underneath Jason White, Spencer Boyd, 3 wide, Jennifer Jo Cobb. Big push from Mike Harmon, who's also on fresh tires. He sent Schneider into turn 3. Schneider's definitely gripping up on the racetrack a lot better. Harmon continues to push Schneider up the track. 3 wide up the middle between Lassard and Fogelman. 99 was loose with the 74 all over his back bumper as he got shot out of a cannon and trying to take this truck with the fresh tires to the front of the field now. And Mike Harmon wants to follow.
Stay low, stay low.
Everybody's cutting through this field. There are 3 drivers on fresh tires. Harmon to the inside of Schneider and Nemechek 3 wide into turn 3. Oh, Gilliland shot out of a cannon. He's also on fresh tires. Diamond Jeff, welcome to the stream. Big run off the high side. Shooting back to the bottom. Gilliland on fresh tires. He might have been the cause of the caution. Up the middle goes Todd Gilliland.
Clear high, clear high.
Mike Harmon again pushing Schneider, trying to get him to go. Oh man, about got him loose off turn 2 again. He had Moffitt on his inside as it was.
Clear low.
So who's going to win the race to the front? Is it going to be Gilliland or Schneider, if any of them, on these fresher tires? Schneider's still a little on the tight side, but it's not as bad.
Wow.
7 laps to go, stage 1. That was Schneider's fastest lap of the race early on. Sends it underneath Gilliland, but nowhere to go. Christian Eck is right in front of him. Gilliland just shot between both. Oh, trouble! Off turn 2. Somebody just went spinning to the inside retaining wall. I think it was Zane Smith. No caution. No caution as Zane Smith goes for a wild ride off turn 2, spinning down to the inside retaining wall. And somehow we stay green for whatever reason here at Homestead. 6 laps to go in the stage. And Zane Smith's going to have to limp it back to pit road. He might have blown a tire. Gilliland 3 wide, up the middle again. Working on, I believe, well, the niche truck is Ross Chastain. I don't know who's on the outside. That might have been Austin Hill. 5 laps to go in the stage. Matt Crafton trying to win stage 1. And Gilliland and Schneider on fresher tires are inside the top 10. trying to get as many spots as possible. If we would have had another caution bunching the field up, would have had a crazy restart.
You're clear.
Yeah, there was a fight between Hemrick and Gregson. At least Schneider's going to get a stage point. Better than what it was going to be, I'll tell you that. That was a quick 180. They still got to work on the truck. It's still a little tight, but nowhere near as bad as it was. Schneider going to try to gain a couple more spots. Still 4 more laps. That is Austin Hill. Beautiful red, white, blue paint scheme. Schneider looks 3 wide up the middle, but Chastain shuts the door. He threw a block on Schneider. Schneider still to the inside of Austin Hill. Sends it underneath Chastain into 3 and 4. Trying to get it to stick. Chastain gonna side draft him right back. Todd Gilliland's up to 4th place. Does he have enough time to get to Crafton on those fresh Goodyears? 3 laps to go on the stage. Schneider to 8th. Sheldon Creed is the next truck that Gilliland's going to have to try and pass. I wouldn't say I hate Gregson, but I hated what he did today. I think that he should get more than a slap on the wrist from NASCAR. Not because of the fight, but because of how he instigated it on the racetrack, on pit road. During the race.
Clear high, clear high.
Danny Gilpatrick, welcome to the stream. Truck dirt race, I think, is 150 laps. Gilliland up to 3rd, off turn 4. White flag this time by for Matt Crafton, who has dominated stage 1, even with the caution. Schneider going for every point he can. He's racing for a regular season championship. He's only got 2 points ahead.
Stay low, stay low.
For 2nd place coming into today. Only the 4th race of the season, though. Schneider shoots the gap to the inside of Friesen. Oh, contact! Shot it too hard as he tries to go for 5th to the line. Matt Crafton will win stage 1. Schneider too aggressive. It's going to cost him a chance at 5th. He'll finish 6th in stage 1, but that is a lot better than what it was looking like at the start. Had the fresh tires. Still wasn't able to drive all the way through the field, but neither was Gilliland. I think Gilliland had a chance to. He just ran out of time. So he got up to 3rd. Thing is, though, is Schneider's already wasted 1 set of tires, so he's going to stay out during the stage break and not use a 2nd set. Again, we only have 3 more sets for these final 2 stages. I didn't see an interview between the 2 of them, though, if there was one. I cut the stream out before that. So Gilliland and Schneider are going to restart on the front row for stage number 2. 30 laps in stage 2 coming up after Matt Crafton gets his first stage win of the season in race number 4. Green flag back in the air. Clay Greenfield also stayed out of the pits.
Careful, go back.
Schneider on the outside of Todd Gilliland. On the restart, neck and neck. Fresh tires behind him. 10-lap fresher tires on Crafton and the rest of the field. Still side by side for the lead. Schneider on the top, Gilliland on the bottom. Schneider drives it deep. Oh, Gilliland gets into the side of the 99 because Crafton went 3 wide out of nowhere to the bottom. That 88 truck is strong tonight, and he gets to the lead in 1 lap from 4th. Yes, he had 10-lap fresher tires. I was not expecting him to go 3 wide into the corner.
All right, clear low.
Schneider crowded the 38 of Gilliland on accident because he did not realize Crafton took him 3 wide.
Got a car coming in.
Now he's trying to block Friesen for 2nd down the backstretch after getting around Gilliland on the top.
Hold your line, got 1 inside. All right, you're clear.
Schneider on older tires just trying to hang on. Friesen's going to get around him. Off turn 4. Jeski moving Schneider out of the way. 3 wide. Enfinger to the top to contact the 2 trucks on the bottom, and Enfinger just took off. Tanner Gray shoots the 99 back to the inside into turn 3. Oh, he pushed way too hard, though. He got in there with extra speed because of Tanner Gray. That upset the 99 truck.
Careful, still there.
Christian Eckes about turned the 99 right around into 1 and 2 with a hard push. Schneider outside the top 10 now.
Inside.
So is Gilliland, though.
Clear low.
I believe. Yeah, Gilliland's back right around 15th as Schneider tries to hold off Moffitt now. Yeah, so what, so Gregson, during the Xfinity race, I kind of ranted about it at the end of the live stream after they fought, because I thought Gregson was completely in the wrong for, you know, there being an instigation there between the two of them.
Car there on the inside.
He was in the wrong for his actions of what he did. Who was right or wrong? I really don't think anybody was really wrong on what happened that started the confrontation. I thought it was just a racing incident, and it was on pit road. So Gregson was trying to pull into his box. Hemrick overshot the pit box. So Hemrick overshot his pit box, and the reason why Hemrick overshot his, I believe it was at the end of stage 2, by the way. There was a lap car that was coming off, or coming out of his pit box as Hemrick was pulling in. Gregson was right behind Hemrick, so not only Hemrick overran his box, but Gregson overran his as well. So when Gregson was in his box and backed up, he backed up into Hendrick. It looked intentional to me. It looked like he backed up intentionally into the 18, because this was like, it was like slow motion when he did it. And when he backed up into Hemrick, Hemrick's crew was already changing the tires, so like they were on the right side at the time, and he backed right up into Hemrick's right front, and that's the problem I had with it. Is assuming he did that intentionally. Again, I'm assuming that, but it looked intentional to me, in my opinion. That's what I had a problem with if he did that intentionally, because it's a live pit stop. You have pit crew members that are in danger with that move that Gregson pulled. And he's backing up on pit road. Like, he's literally backing up on pit road intentionally. We've seen guys get black flagged for that. NASCAR did nothing. Like, NASCAR didn't do anything. They didn't black flag him. Nothing. Like, that part of it was definitely Gregson's fault. There was no room for that. He got a little too hot-headed. Schneider's truck Schneider's truck is really loose. You guys saw how tight it was earlier in the race, but now it's just on the loose side. As the tires are getting older, look at him sliding around. Remember, he took 4 rounds of wedge out of the truck under that first stop. Midway through stage 1 under the caution. I'm not going to debate whether his anger issues are worse than Kyle Busch or not. Young Kyle Busch definitely had his anger issues. So did young Kurt Busch. I would say it's still on par with it, but that was definitely dangerous. But also, Kurt and Kyle Busch have done stuff like that before, if not worse in the past. So. But I'm not here to debate that. I'm just here to say that Gregson, emotions got the best of him at that moment. Because that was definitely dangerous. I mean, and that's why Hemrick was upset, if I had to guess. Hemrick was upset, yeah, so what? It was very little damage. I think Hemrick was upset that Gregson backed into him while his pit crew was on pit road, and Hemrick was sticking up for his pit crew. And if he was sticking up for his pit crew, Hemrick's got every right to walk up to Gregson at the end of that race. Because he put that front tire changer in danger one way or another. And I don't think Gregson intentionally was going to hit Hemrick knowing the tire changer was there. I think that Gregson's emotions just got the best of him, and he went full red, full anger mode in the heat of that happening, and that's why he did it. He did not intentionally mean to put pit crew members in harm's way, but he has to know that you're on pit road during a live stop during the race. You can't do that. Man, Schneider's really loose off turn 4. They're going to have to tighten this race truck back up again. 15 laps to go in stage 2, and Schneider is really, really slow. I mean, this truck is so close to spinning out off the exit of the corner. He's doing everything in his willpower to not spin out. We're already past halfway through stage 2. Oh, okay. So I can use the access road for the... I couldn't remember if I could or couldn't last time I was there. Thanks for letting me know, though, Michael. Hopefully I'll remember it. Schneider loose. Look at that. I mean, that race truck literally wanted to turn head-on into the inside wall. Much like Zane Smith did earlier, and they didn't throw a caution for it. So I'm a little scared if this 99 goes around, they might not throw a caution. Finished 6th in stage 1. And he's banking on a late stage caution, much like he did earlier. The truck was fine at the beginning of the run, but it is not fine now. It is bad loose. We've seen both ends of the spectrum today on this 99. We've seen it mad tight, and now we've seen it mad loose. He has to back out of the gas so much. So Zane Smith is out of the race after crashing at the end of stage 1, despite there not being a caution for it. He hit head-on into the inside wall after spinning off turn 2. Schneider's about ready to spin off the exit of turn 2 here before long. He's not in position to get stage points. He's just trying to take care of the truck and make it to the end of the stage. Get fresh tires back on it, regroup. Oh, Schneider really loose. He caught the apron and it kind of corrected the car back again. Did a great job not overcorrecting it because he very well could have once he tagged that apron. Wow. It is like trying to drive a dirt late model. That's how loose this race truck is. 10 laps to go, stage 2. That's all he's got to last. 10 more laps. Even Todd Gilliland started to close the gap. Looked like Schneider was faster than him on the restart. Sonoma's not going to be dropped. I don't think so. It's been on the schedule for a long time. They're having fans this year too, so they're definitely going to be on the schedule this season from what it looks like. I don't think I've ever driven a truck or a car more tighter or looser in this game than what we've seen in this race. And Schneider locks it down. Great save in turns 3 and 4. We stay green. He didn't completely spin around. That's why we stay green. And he falls back to 19th. He might go a lap down here in stage 2. I thought stage 1 he was going to go a lap down, stayed on the lead lap, still finished 6th. And this is a very, very ill-handling truck. Oh, got loose again, washes up the track. Lets Reum go. He's just letting these trucks go by. He does not want to risk crashing. He doesn't want to crash anybody else in the process by accident either. About 3/4 of a lap behind Matt Crafton, who leads. Crafton's trying to win both stages tonight. He won stage 1 already. Truck rolls into the corner fine. It gets to the center and the exit, and that's where it's just way out of shape. It's going to let Rafael Assard go to the top. There is still 5 laps to go in the stage for Crafton this time by, and he is closing quite a bit on Schneider. Schneider definitely has to reel this truck in as much as he can and try not to go lap down before the end of the stage. It has been a rough night for this team so far, despite getting 5 stage points in stage 1. A lot better than 3 and 4. That, well, oh, spoke too soon. Got back in the gas right when it looked like it was going to actually finish the corner pretty well, and that alone got it loose. Definitely the worst race of the season for this 99 team so far. That could change depending on where he finishes, but season low is 13th at Vegas in the first 3 races. Then a win and a second place finish in the other 2 races. Crafton is coming. He's only a couple seconds behind where Schneider's at on the track right now. Schneider loose, down to the flat, off turn 2. Tires are good to the end of the stage, but he's just trying not to wreck. Now he's got Lassard to his outside. He's trying to let Lassard go. Oh, he barely stays off of him off turn 4. Two laps to go in stage 2 for Matt Crafton. Schneider carries it deep into turns 1 and 2. Trying to gain as much time as he can on corner entry because he's got to back it up so much on corner exit like he does there. As he bobbles all over the place again, Fogelman gets around him. Angel Ruck going to help him out. And Matt Crafton is only a half a straightaway behind Schneider going into turn 3. And we still got 1 more lap in the stage for Crafton this time by. Schneider has to stay in front of him to stay on the lead lap. Crafton's got to run off 4. Remember, Schneider's on older tires than Crafton as well as the loose truck. Final lap of stage number 2 for Crafton. Schneider to the outside of Fogelman. He's got to race Fogelman hard now. Oh! Has just lapped Schneider. Now, Angela Ruck gets by as well. Schneider isn't even in the free pass spot. Fogelman goes a lap down before the end of the stage. And Matt Crafton is going to win stage 2. Johnny Sauter into the back of Schneider. Schneider about goes around, saves it again. As Sauter finishes 2nd in the stage, Schneider got tagged by Sauter and about went around. 25th at the end of stage 2 and a lap down. Tire limit is in the truck and the Xfinity series on NASCAR Heat 5. Caution free through stage 2. 1 caution in stage 1 for incident. Fogelman gets the free pass at the stage break. Two rounds of ledge are going to be put back in this race truck here for Crafton. Or sorry, for Schneider. Crafton wins stage 2. That's what I meant to say. So Matt Crafton wins stage 2. Schneider's got to start this final stage a lap down. old tires and a very loose handling truck there for Schneider in stage 2.
Coming to the green.
Well, he's got fresh tires on it now, and hopefully the adjustment works out.
Got a car coming
Green
inside
flag
now.
back in the air. Matt Crafton's dominated this race. He's won his first 2 stages of the season. We might go 4 for 4. I mentioned to you guys, we need all the points we can because we could have more than 10 different winners, and we're about to have 4 in the first 4 races.
Still there?
Only 10 drivers make the playoffs in the Truck Series field. If you have a bad night like tonight here for Schneider, yes, he did score 5 stage points, but now he's a lap down and has to get back on the lead lap at some point. It's going to be tough to race his way up there. Great restart by Sheldon Creed. He's going to get to the lead. Schneider getting pushed by Spencer Boyd off turn 4. About got pushed into the wall.
Careful. Still there.
Schneider pulling up. Gonna clear Gus Dean. Dean gonna give him a push. Down the backstretch. Another shot into turn 3. Gus Dean is all over the back of Schneider. Through turns 3 and 4. 70 laps to go at Homestead. "22 trucks on the lead lap, so the 23rd place truck of Angela Ruck is the first driver a lap down. And Jennifer Jo Cobb 24th, Schneider 25th. Trying to get back into this. He does not have a good short-run truck when everybody's on equal tires. That's what we're seeing now. He's back on the tight side again, though. Not as tight as it was earlier, but it is really tight. Almost pushed into the wall. Gus Dean got tight as well and about got in the wall himself. Helping Schneider down the back, or front stretch rather. And he just sent him into turn 1.
Car on the outside now. You're all clear up top. Half down, half to go. Big time by.
Patrick Chatterley, welcome to the stream. 3 wide battling at the back. By the way, we did fix the 2 seconds of damage under that stage break as well. Two sets of tires left the rest of this race also. Remember last week Hemrick overshot his pit box. What, Hemrick overshot his pit box last week too? I know we live streamed the Xfinity race. I just don't remember that part of it. Could have easily just forgotten. When he overshot it into the 9 though, or like if he wasn't anywhere around Gregson, then I mean that doesn't really do anything. But I don't remember those two having an issue with each other last week. Just catching back up to Jennifer Jo Cobb for 24th, but again, Angela Ruck is the first driver, a lap down in 23rd. That's what Schneider's trying to race for now if we get a caution. Matt Crafton back to the lead, getting around Sheldon Creed down the backstretch. 3 wide up the middle goes Schneider, driving aggressively between Lassard and Jennifer Jo Cobb there. Caution. With 65 laps to go, caution's out for the second time today. And Angela Ruck gets the free pass. Schneider's still a lap down. And not everybody's pitting either. So he can't stay out and get the free pass. Because not everybody is pitting. A lot of the guys outside the top 15 are pitting, but not the rest of the lead cars. So Schneider's going to stay out of the pits here. He's got 2 sets of tires left. They'll save him. Chris Newell, welcome to the stream. Yeah, I know Gregson DNF'd last week, but I don't remember him and Henrik getting into it. So close to the free pass, but it will go to Angela Ruck. So Schneider's still a lap down. Green flag back in the air. Serving tires. Will this be the final restart? You never know. We've only had 2 cautions per incident now. 61 laps to go. Johnny Sauter restarts from the lead as he just got around Crafton before the yellow. Not sure who brought the caution out. Zane Smith is still the only truck out of the race after he crashed at the end of stage 1. A lot of guys on fresher tires here on this restart. About a half a dozen at least. All lining up outside the top 15. Schneider barely keeps it off the board. Lassard. There's no sparks, so there was no indication that there was contact, but boy, he was side drafting him heavily. Nemechek with a little bit of a block. I know Nemechek's got fresher tires. John Hunter, that is. Lassard also kind of ripping through there. Sheldon Creed back to the lead. Another good restart for Creed. Schneider blocking Gus Dean on the bottom of the track down the backstretch. Oh, big shot from Gus Dean off turn 4. That sends Schneider to the outside of Rafael Lassard. 3 wide up the middle now. Has the run, clears Lassard into turn 1. Now 3 wide to the inside underneath Brett Moffitt and Josh Reaume. Schneider's in the free pass spot. Now if we get a caution. 4 wide off turn 2. Oh man. Crazy restart here at Homestead. Schneider's actually getting through a lot of these trucks right now. He's got to hope he's got a good long run truck though. That's the problem. Because he definitely didn't have a good long run truck there in stage 2. That was his fastest lap of the race that last time. Another push from Josh Reaume. He's trying to unlap himself if at all possible, so he doesn't have to restart at the rear of the field either. Blocking Reaume down the backstretch as Reaume continues to push off turn 2. Schneider keeps the truck straight. He's only got a handful of trucks in front of him as he barely clears Chastain. Austin Wayne Silva, the run off the top. Schneider looked like he was going to try to block as he slides off turn 4. 3 wide again. Good racing here at Homestead, under the lights. Gus Dean Spencer Boyd pitted. They were a lap down as well, so they're trying to catch Schneider for the free pass. It was a good thing Schneider was able to block Dean when he did. Matt Crafton to the inside of Creed for the lead. It's a 3-truck race up there right now. Schneider blocks Austin Wayne Silva. Look at how low he goes down to the white line on the front stretch where the apron is. Oh, and I don't think Austin Wayne Silva liked that. As he about turns the 99 off turn 2 as he continues to push him. Austin Wayne Silva is the first driver in the lead lap on fresher tires.
All clear.
Schneider gets around Enfinger. Stuart Friesen, only the top 3 ahead of him. Creed trying to go back for the lead. Once again, on Crafton. By the way, everybody that did pit under that last caution cannot make it off fuel to the end. Still outside the window. managed his tires well tonight, though. Even after pitting midway through stage 1 for tires, he's got 2 sets left the rest of the race because he did not pit at all at the stage break at stage 1 and used those same tires all the way through stage 2. That 30-lap run, and it went green. That's why he fell a lap down. That and the truck was way too loose on the long run. Made a couple of great saves to keep the truck from spinning out and crashing. And that's why he's still in this race. Lived to survive another stage at that time, and that's what he's doing right now. He's not surviving anymore, though. He's trying to race hard and get back on the lead lap. Grip the bottom like he wanted to that time. Maybe overdrove the corner a little bit. But 6.5 seconds ahead of Boyd and Dean now. 52 laps to go here at Homestead. Matt Crafton won the first 2 stages. His first 2 stage wins of the year, 2 playoff points, trying to go for his first win of the season. Sheldon Creed and Johnny Sutter, who are 2nd and 3rd, also without wins this year. So all looking for their first.
Stay low, stay low. Clear all around, man.
Schneider slides up in front of Johnny Sutter. All clear. Sauter's so close, though he might look for a crossover. Johnny ran the top and had that big run down the front stretch. Schneider sends it into 1 and 2. He closes that gap on Sheldon Creed. Schneider to the inside of Creed. Creed goes all the way near the wall on the top. Same with Kraft, and a little slide job to get around Creed. Schneider's about raced his way back on the lead lap. 50 laps to go. 49 technically, I guess. Schneider being a lap down through turns 1 and 2. No longer is he a lap down as he slides up in front of Matt Crafton. Textbook slide job there, and Schneider's back on the lead lap in 24th. He's got a fast truck. You can just hang on to it if it does get loose and looser over this long run. And he's got 2 sets of tires left if we get late race cautions. Just a topsy-turvy day, let me tell you. Ugly start. Still finished 6th in stage 1. Then an absolutely uglier stage 2 than what the start of stage 1 was. Now a lap down to start the stage. Back on the lead lap at least. Everybody has to pit at least one more time before the end of this race. Past halfway through the tire run. For those guys that did not pit under that last caution. All because I went the wrong way with the setup before the race. We wouldn't have had to try to guess how much to loosen it up under that pit stop at the end of stage 1. Ran 3 miles, nice. Yeah, I've never been much of a runner. I played basketball. That's about as much running as I could handle, going up and down the court, sprint style. I'm sure that's in prep of training for the military, I'm sure. Somebody's on pit road off turn 4. I'm not sure if we might have had another truck up in smoke or what happened. Yeah, another truck up in smoke. It looks like it might be Austin Hill or Tanner Gray. I'm not entirely sure. Oh, Tanner Gray. So yes, problems for Tanner Gray. He was right around 10th place last we saw, but and he's coming in off back-to-back top 10s as well. A runner-up at Vegas, and then finished in the top 10 at Atlanta yesterday as well. Won't be able to do the fantasy league for the full season. Well, that stinks. It does save your lineup from 1 week to the next, so you could get lucky. But your usages would be going down, though, for those drivers you got stuck in your lineup. And then you don't get any bonus points because you have to change that every week. That doesn't save, but it does save your roster from 1 week to the next if you do forget it. Or can't get to it. "43 laps to go. Homestead-Miami Speedway. Again, only 2 cautions per incident, 1 early in this final stage and 1 midway through stage 1. That's it. So Zane Smith blew an engine earlier, blew a tire and hit the inside wall, whatever it was. He spun. And I tried running the high side there and he got really loose. Hopefully just doesn't get as loose as what it was earlier in the race. That's all he's really got to hope for. Truck's definitely starting to slide around on this longer run again. Nowhere near as bad as what it was earlier, thank goodness, but you just feel as he's on the gas and just trying to wheel out of it. A lot of back and forth action with the handle up stick to keep this truck straight and keep digging. Just in case we go green to the end, he's going to need to try and gain as many spots for the finish, and maybe he can get a top 10. Remember, for our incentive goal, we need 3 top 10s in a 4-race stretch. That would stink if we did not get a top 10 here today. That would mean we'd have to get 3 straight. And Richmond is in that stretch, and that's probably my worst track on this game. Let alone with the upstarting truck team in the career mode, not going to help either. Left a little bit behind Mike Harmon to keep running into the back of Harmon. Really hear Schneider burping the throttle a lot in 1 and 2. Oh, Greenfield pulled up right in front of him in the middle of the backstretch. It looked like he had a hole to get to his outside. Greenfield closed it up even though he's a lap down. I do NASCAR 05 streams after this. Like, if you're talking about tonight, I definitely can't. I definitely won't do it tonight, I should say. I don't have to work the next couple days, but oh man, Schneider. Loose off turn 2. That truck cut all the way to the apron off the exit of the corner. There's another lap truck of Spencer Boyd down the back straightaway. I will bring NASCAR 05 back for a once-a-week special. But it might be another week or 2. Again, I'm looking at the week of Easter. And I'll probably pick like Tuesday nights. I think would probably be the best option for me to do a weekly. Actually, Either Tuesdays or Sundays is probably what we'll do. I feel like Sundays would work better because I don't have to work Sundays either. Just so I can do cup races too. .34 to go for Matt Crafton this time by.
Still there?
Remember we had a long green flag run with split strategy at Las Vegas, the second race of the season, where we had 5 drivers come to pit road under a caution midway or early through a stage. Wow, Schneider really loose in turns 3 and 4. And he lost a ton of time there. Christian Eck is trying to help him out down the front stretch and get him going again. That was a great save by Schneider. Now that was looking exactly like how it was in stage 2, and now his tires are definitely wearing out. As old of tires as he's had this entire race, and he is struggling right now, but he's got to stay out of the pits as long as possible because he's got to stay on the lead lap. That race truck's definitely starting to fade.
You're clear all around, man.
Slides back in front of Natalie Decker for 19th. Fishtailing quite a bit all the way through the corner. It wasn't doing it on entry so much earlier. It's kind of doing it on entry right now even. Then it gets worse in the center. Definitely can't stay in the gas as long. Especially on the exit. It's going to hurt the straightaway speed getting out of the gas there, but it's going to keep him wrecking the racetrack and keep him in this thing. Tell you what, he was hoping for a caution when he got back in the lead lap. He's definitely hoping for one now with the way this truck's handling. 31 to go this time by for Crafton.
Still there?
So the outside of Rafael Lassard. Passes Lassard on the top. Despite having a loose truck, he went to the high side and got around it. Clean pass too. Jordan Anderson's had a couple good runs to start the year. Not as good today. Falls back to 18th now. Schneider loose off 4, slides in front of him. He's gaining positions, but Crafton still slightly closing in on him. Right front down to 14% tire wear now. When will everybody else pit?
All right, you're clear.
Do I know I need a caution? Yes, I do. I do know I need a caution. 29 laps to go for Crafton. It'd be deserving if he won the race. He's won the first 2 stages. Again, he's definitely won the most laps. He struggles on the short run. Sheldon Creed and Johnny Sauter can hang with him on the short run, especially Creed. Creed seems to have the best short run truck. Crafton's got the best long run truck. Schneider's just got a truck. I mean, we don't even know. It started off super tight earlier. Now it's gotten loose. Now it's not as loose, but it's loose late in the run.
Your tires are getting pretty bad.
At least with it being this loose, it's chewing up more of the right rear than the right front. Be able to keep this 99 truck on the track a little longer, but that also means the longer the laps go, the worse and worse it's going to get until he hits pit road. But again, he's just staying out, hoping for a caution. Bunch this field back up again. He's in 16th. He's one of the last trucks on the lead lap. Egan Henrik.
Go easy on the tires.
Nice. Billy Kramer, welcome. forgot it's a Saturday night, too. Schneider entered it way too deep into 1 and 2. Had to overcorrect it, and then the truck started fishtailing on top of it. Starting to pull back away from Crafton again.
Easy on those tires, driver.
7% on the right front now. Crafton has got a run on John Hunter Nemechek. Looks low, and he's up to 15th. 25 laps to go this time by for Matt Crafton. We have not had less than 4 cautions in the first 3 races for the Truck Series this season. The most we've had in a race is 6. That was in the Atlanta race yesterday, if I'm not mistaken.
Easy on the tires. Clear high, clear high.
Catching Riley Herbst for 12. Going to go high into 1 and 2 to get around him.
All right.
Pushes that truck pretty hard. Easily going to clear him off the exit of turn 2. Schneider's going to stay out 1 more lap. At least 1 more.
Easy on those tires, driver.
Yo Mama, welcome to the stream. It's 23 to go for Crafton this time by. Everybody has to pit to the end, but we're going to see some guys stay out an extra 5 to 10 laps who pitted under that last caution. Just north of 20 to go still. Crafton, who won the first 2 stages of the race, is trying to cut back into the Schneider to the high side. He's going to pit this time. Cuts down to the bottom. Has to make sure he doesn't spin. 45 miles an hour is the pit road speed limit. Easily gets down in time. It'll be a 2-tire stop here for Schneider. He's going to try to gain as much time as he can. And they're only going to put a half a tank of fuel in as well. And they're going to tighten this truck up by a half a round of wedge. So right sides only for Schneider under the stop. A little strategy to maybe try to get himself a top 10. And he's going to risk those left sides going all the way through stage 3. This will give him a set and a half of tires left the rest of the way. So he could have taken 4.
You're clear pit road.
Now he's really banking on there not being a caution. He's going to get stuck a lap down again today. Oh man, I couldn't hold it on the access road. The truck was too loose. And up in the grass. That's going to cost a little bit of time. He's got 2 fresh right side tires. Yeah, just bad setup from the start, really. Back to 23rd. Practice or qualifying. We will practice and qualify later in the season when we get closer to the playoffs, but at least for the start of the year we haven't up to this point.
Stay on the bottom. Top 3, use it if you need it. Road clear. 20 more laps.
Now I'm thinking with right sides only that it's going to loosen the truck up a little bit, but he put a half a round of wedge into it to kind of counteract. With the truck maybe getting a little too loose. Oh, the caution is out! Todd Gilliland goes for a spin off of turn 2. And Schneider is a lap down again. As this day goes from bad to worse. It looks like he's going to take the free pass. I think Tanner Gray is going to take the free pass also. So Tanner Gray, Schneider going to take the free pass to get back on the lead lap. But they're going to be at the... Oh, Sheldon Creed staying out. A lot of guys are staying out. Well, if they're staying out, Schneider's going to pit. He can't even take the wave around now, so he's going to pit. Unbelievable. Tanner Gray tried to take the wave around. Not everybody pit, so he can't even get back on the lead lap with the wave around. Green flag is back in the air. And now Schneider spins the tires on the restart as he goes backwards on the high side. 16 laps to go here at Homestead. Can Matt Crafton win this race? Creed's been good on the restart, so is Sauter. Problem is with the 4 tires, the truck, I should have loosened the truck back up again. I didn't even think about that. It was the last decision to pit there under the caution. That's only because everybody else stayed out. Unbelievable. Not going to be a good point stay. Not going to get a top 10. There's, I believe, 16 trucks on the lead lap, so Schneider can still finish as high as 17. Like Greenfield gives him a huge push off turn 4, 3 wide. Turn 2, rather. Tanner Gray was going to slide up in front of him. Gray's on old tires. Like Greenfield going to give Schneider a massive push off turn 4 again. Schneider takes that run back down to the bottom. Only thing he can hope for now is he gets into the free pass position in 17th and we get another caution. Get back on the lead lap. He's got right side tires left. He can then take right sides. And just go from there. Oh, geez. Schneider again gets tight. Oh, somebody's slow. Tyler Inker's slow. Off of turn 2, I believe he's blowing an engine. Is that going to bring out a caution? Will he get to pit road this time? That just stacked everybody up towards the back. There's nobody else behind him, so they could just keep it green here. And Ankrum will get the pit road unscathed. 12 laps to go here at Homestead. Okay, Schneider didn't need a caution right there anyway because he's not in the free pass spot. Tight than 3 and 4 again. $11 to go for Matt Crafton. Can he hang on? Hasn't lost the lead since the restarts. He tries to go for his first win of the season. 4 different winners in the first 4 races of the Truck Series. $19 people watching now. Thanks for everybody tuning in. Right at the end of the race, it has been an uphill climb, and then we were looking good. We were running 6th at the end of stage 1, and then it's gone completely downhill from there. Schneider cannot catch a break here in this one. Trying to get back into the free pass position in case we get a late caution. At 3 total. We already kind of had 1. We restarted with only 16 laps left. 3 wide up the middle. Jordan Anderson, Spencer Boyd. Either one of those 2 for position. Anderson's actually on the lead lap. Black Ace, welcome to the stream. $9 to go.
Stay low, stay low. You got room, you're clear.
The 17th place truck is the first driver lap down, for those of you wondering. Schneider's trying to catch. His truck's starting to come alive, though. At this point in the run.
Still there. Clear all around there.
Laps are just winding down too quick. I wish we had another 100 laps to try and... If it was the Cup race, we'd have about a little over 100 more. Still have half the race left. So I do think we have a top 10 truck. Cautions have just not played our way tonight. Trying to get every point he can. Schneider's probably going to lose his lead in the championship standings.
Still there. You got room. You're clear there.
He only came in with a 2-point lead anyway and only scored 5 stage points total. It's better than none. The way it was trending at the beginning, it didn't look like he was going to get any. On a higher line, but he got a little too tight. He had to back out of the gas. He still might get a decent run, though, on Lassard, and he does. Now he looks low. 6 to go, and back into the top 20.
Clear all around.
Schneider pushing hard into 3 and 4. Gets around Reum for 19th. Still pushing up the track. Oh, he had to lift a little bit. He thought he was going to end up in the wall. It was going to be close if he didn't. It was close as it was.
5 to go.
5 laps left here at Homestead. Ooh, 3 wide up there as they battle for the free pass. Actually, it's Decker. Eckes is still another 3 seconds ahead of Schneider. And I don't think Schneider's going to catch him if he does stay green. Should be able to catch Natalie Decker, though, for 18th, and that might be about it. Decker caught behind Ostawayne Self. Schneider drives it in deep into 3 and 4. Oh, a little too deep. Self is still holding up Decker, though. Ostawayne Self is on the lead lap at 14. 2 seconds behind Eckes for the free pass spot.
All right, you're clear.
We'll only have 2 laps to go at the line this time by, though. Yeah, Crafton just hit the line, 2 laps to go. Schneider's already half a second behind Crafton on this one. Or half a lap, rather, not half a second.
Just a couple more turns. 2 more. 2 to go. Car high, careful. All clear.
It's going to be the worst finish of the year for this upstart team, and it's on 1.5 miles in which they won at Atlanta just yesterday in the last race on 1.5 miles.
Stay out the bottom. You got
They had
room. You're
speed
clear there.
today, just did not get the timely cautions. In fact, the cautions were very untimely. It was way off on the setup at the start of the race, which cost them a lap at stage 2. By the time they got it going in the right direction, it's too little too late in this short race. This is the final lap. It's going to be the first race Schneider's going to finish a lap down this season as well. He's got one more shot to get around Eckes through 3 and 4. Checkered flag in the air. Matt Crafton is going to get the win, his first of the season. 4 different winners in the first 4 races now. Schneider to the outside of Eckes, trying to side draft him off the exit of the corner. Cuts low. Going to side draft him again to the line. Eckes has 17th. And finishes as the first truck a lap down. So great win for Matt Crafton, winning both stages in the race. Dominant performance there. 16 trucks finish on the lead lap. But man, that was a rough one for us, not gonna lie. The only thing that could have been worse is if we DNF'd. Which at least we didn't do that. We salvaged whatever point we could. So Matt Crafton wins at Homestead. Locking himself into the playoffs. Now we got to finish in the top 10 the next 3 races just to get our incentive bonus. Stuart Friesen, who won the 2nd race of the year at Vegas, is now the points leader. Sanders 8 points back, so yeah, he definitely lost ground. He could have lost more, especially only finishing 18th and only scoring 5 stage points. It could have been worse. Back to 3rd. Racing for that regular season championship. 12 races to go in the regular season. Let's see here. Enfingers back in the top 10. He had a great day today. He scored a lot of stage points. Finished top 5. So he's back up to 9th. Tyler Hill, Jesse Little not running this season. Zane Smith, back-to-back DNFs. He's back to 20th in points. Brett Moffitt's 23rd in points for GMS. That's a GMS Brett Moffitt. Man, that's insane how bad that team's been out of the gate. Josh Rehume's still in the top 10, holding strong to that last playoff spot. By 5 points over Tanner Gray. We're going to go back to the shop before we end this stream. We're also going to take a look at the top 10. I forgot to do that. Matt Crafton finishes 1st, again, after winning both stages. Sheldon Creed 2nd. Johnny Sutter 3rd. Those were the 3 fastest trucks, so deserving of a 1-2-3 finish. Friesen finishes 4th. Ty Majeski 5th. Grant Enfinger 6th. Austin Hill 7th. Ross Chastain, the pole sitter, 8th. Brett Moffitt 9th. Despite being 23rd in points, he still had a good finish. So that's basically the first 3 races he ran terribly. That's why he's so far back in points. Tried to make up for it a little bit today. And Riley Herbst rounds out the top 10. Yes, again, this is an upstart, an upstart of a new career mode. Doing these full races this time and starting from rock bottom again, but this time with the Truck Series. I have to win a championship in each series before I can move up. And we're owning our own team in each series to make it even harder. So I got to manage that money from year to year to year in each series. So we don't start off too bad if we win the championship this year. We need just enough money to win the championship this season, but we also need to have a decent enough of a money to not only start the Xfinity team, but to actually be competitive in the Xfinity series as well. Next race is going to be at Texas. That'll be tomorrow. Let's get to work on these race trucks. So we're going to have our first truck maxed out ever. Well, it's going to be at a 95, I guess. We can't actually fully max it out at 100. So we're going to have a 95 on the engine, 95 on the aero, 95 on the suspension when we go to Texas. First time that we'll have that fast of a truck, so it'll be the fastest truck we will ever unload at the racetrack. And we won't practice or qualify for that Texas race either. Get to work on that Speedway chassis for when we go back to Dover. Our short track chassis at Richmond's already at a 95, so that'll be good to go for the race after Texas. Get to work there. Get to work there. All right, so everybody's got some work to do for this week in the shop. Like your motive. Yeah, we're making it tough. And this is on Legend difficulty, 105 AI. Yeah, okay, well, that's going to do it. Like, share, and subscribe for more daily NASCAR content. We'll be back with the career mode tomorrow night. Podcast starting tomorrow. We'll be live streaming podcast episodes on the channel live on KRC. Pre-race and post-race for the NASCAR Cup Series. The pre-race predictions will take place on race day for the Cup Series, while the post-race analysis will be on Mondays. No start time for the post-race yet. Not sure when I'm going to do it on Mondays. It'll be interesting. I have off of work, We might do them before like a full race live stream. I don't know. Maybe like 5 o'clock or something like that is probably what we'll shoot for on Monday. I don't want it too early in the day because, otherwise we're not going to have a lot of viewers. With it being a Monday, unless it's a holiday, but that's going to be on rare occasion. Anyway, the predictions podcast will be tomorrow. Fantasy. We'll talk all things fantasy predictions and NASCAR Cup Series at Atlanta. And answer any questions you guys might have in the chat. So if you have any live questions to ask me about fantasy, tomorrow would be the time to do it when we get into those predictions. So like, share, and subscribe for more of that NASCAR content as well. Again, Career Mode will be returning again tomorrow night when we go to Texas for the Truck Series. Man, we need 3 straight top 10s now. That's going to be tough. What else am I forgetting? Oh, yeah, start time. Start time for the podcast. For tomorrow, let me check the weather here for when I go golfing, because I got to get my round of golf in tomorrow, too. Not my golf app. I need to look at the weather on my weather app. Where is it? All right. Yeah, hang on. Don't go anywhere. We're about to have a start time for the podcast starting tomorrow. Let's see. Weather. We'll go 2 o'clock. Yeah. No, actually, we'll go 2:30. We'll go 2:30. Not sure how long it's going to be. It'll probably take us right up to the start of the race. No, you know what? Yeah, 2 o'clock works better. I feel like 2:30 is a little too late. So 2 o'clock tomorrow, 2 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Again, Eastern Standard Time at 2. We'll have our podcast up and ready to go. So hope to see you guys there for that. Thanks for everybody watching tonight. I'll see you guys tomorrow at 2. And sleep tight, I guess. Enjoy the rest of your evening.